Yo, what's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we are going through the best MLB player prop bets for today. So, sportsbooks have started to post odds for the upcoming day, and there's some good player prop lines. So, we're going to be going through them. So, again, the way that OddsJam works, as you can kind of see here, and it's just scanning the markets, right? That's literally all it does. There are millions of odds across sportsbooks at any given time, and OddsJam is going into every single betting market, scanning it to show you what are the data-driven bets, right? What are the bets that actually have a mathematical value, line discrepancies? So these bets are called positive EV bets. That just means profitable. And the positive EV bets on OddsJam will have a circle around them and they'll be in bold, right? So if you don't really care about all the math and all the complexity that goes into it, look for the bet in bold with a circle around it. But long story short, it's not like there's that many positive EV bets. Like if we take a look at OddsJam, you can see kind of across all different sports books, there's a few profitable bets on maybe each sports book, and there's really only like 20 profitable bets. Out of the millions of odds on sports books, it's still pretty hard to beat the VIG, to beat the juice, right? Which is why making money sports betting is really hard, right? You can't just go in and place random bets because you're not getting value, right? Sportsbooks bake VIG, they bake juice into their markets, so it's actually pretty hard to find profitable bets unless, of course, you're using software. So, for example, the first bet we can see on OddsJam that has a 7.33% profit margin is Kyle Tucker over 1.5 bases, right? So you look for the bet in bold, and then you scroll over, and that's your profit margin. So if we take a look at the odds for this wager, as you can see on the screen, FanDuel was like, yo, you're crushing us on these total bases props. They only gave me a max wager of $50. Sportsbooks can do that at any time. If sportsbooks didn't do that, I wouldn't be here on video. I would literally be betting on sports and betting a lot more money. But sportsbooks limit your wagers, which is why it's pretty unsustainable to try to retire off of sports betting. But regardless, we can see here Kyle Tucker over 1.5 bases. We're getting plus 120 odds on FanDuel, which is a ton of value to the betting market, right? So as a data-driven, rational sports bettor, this is a bet that just makes sense, right? No other sportsbook is even giving us plus money. Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, they're all the way down at minus 109. So we're getting 29 cents of improvement from the sharpest sportsbook. This is absolutely a bet we want to be all over. And the profit margin is very high, right? 7.33%, which is just quantified. We've gone through this in other videos, but if you have questions about where do these profit margins come from, anything like that, you can comment them below. You can book a call with us. Everything's just based on, market data, real-time betting odds, which encompass all available information in the market, right? Just like the stock market is a fair market. If a CEO dies, the price of the stock will go down. It's reflected in the market. It's the same thing with sports betting odds, right? If, some really good players get injured, the line's going to move against that team. If Kyrie gets injured, or that's maybe a bad example because we don't know what team he's going to be on, but if LeBron gets injured, right, the line's going to move against the Lakers, maybe from minus 130, to whatever, plus 150. I don't know. It depends who they're playing. But essentially, all that information is encompassed in the sportsbook's odds. So the fact that every book is only giving us like minus 105 to minus 109 on Kyle Tucker over 1.5 bases, it's pretty clear that this is a bet we want to be on as a sports bettor. So I locked it in for the maximum possible, $50. So lock it in. Now the second bet I have is right here. So Nick Pivetta over 5.5 strikeouts. As you can see on the screen, FanDuel once again didn't like me very much. And they're like, you're beating us on these strikeout props. You're getting $21.10. So I took it. But as you can see, value, right? Exactly what we're looking for as a sports bettor. The profit margin on this bet, 6.23%. And this is everything you want as a sports bettor, right? Clear value in the odds. This is a bet you want to be all over as a sports bettor, and we can quantify that profit margin mathematically, which turns out to be 6.23% right here. And then the final bet I have is 2.4% profit margin on the Yankees run line. So this isn't a player prop bet, but whatever. Sunday Night Baseball. Who doesn't love Aaron Judge? So I went ahead, I locked it in. As you can see, getting a ton of value at plus 136. No other book is giving us better than plus 123. You can kind of look across the entire betting market, right? Data is knowledge, is everything as a sports bettor, right? Data is everything as a sports bettor. So looking at the entire betting market and looking for these line discrepancies in spots with value, such as Yankees minus 1.5, is how you make money sports betting. So you can see FanDuel limited my bet to like 165.40. So I have 3 uncorrelated bets. They're all mathematically profitable, which is what I always try to do as a sports bettor, is just place a bunch of profitable positive EV bets on a daily basis, like 10 plus. Every bet has a mathematical edge, a profit margin, and then you just kind of sit back, watch the games, and the numbers are in your favor, right? You're finding bets with a mathematical edge. You're gonna make money in the long run. So I locked them all in, $9 in total profit margin. FanDuel cut us off on a lot of these really good props, but hey, it's how the game is played. Got to look for more positive EV bets and be constantly looking throughout the day because, again, like sportsbook odds, they're dynamic. This Kyle Tucker bet, it's available now, but it may not be available in 3 hours, right? If a bunch of action, once all the sharp action starts to come in on this Yankees line because it's a good bet, FanDuel's eventually going to move it down, right? So, you got to be on good bets as quickly as you can and kind of constantly be checking for good bets. I'm always just hitting refresh on OddsJam, trying to find the next betting opportunity, which is what I recommend you do if you want to take your sports betting profits to the next level. And then you just really try to place as many positive EV bets as you can on a daily basis that all have value and an edge over the sportsbook. So again, as always, any questions you have, comment them below. I love my job. My only job is to help people make money sports betting, playing DFS, stuff like that, gamble with an edge. So any questions you have, comment them below, book a call with us, and let's make some money.